the greatest figure skater in pair of all time. Ekaterina Gordeeva and Sergey Grinkov. Ekaterina Gordeeva and Sergey Grinkov were a Russian figure skating pair who achieved international fame, particularly for their 4 World Championship titles and 2 Olympic gold medals. They were paired as children and eventually married, forming a celebrated partnership on and off the ice. They won gold at the 1988 and 1994 Winter Olympics. They won 4 World Championship titles between 1986 and 1990. They also won 3 European Championships, a Goodwill Games title, and a Soviet Championship. They were paired together at a young age, around 10 and 14, respectively. They developed a strong personal relationship and married, becoming a well-loved story within the figure skating world. Sergey Grinkov tragically died of a heart attack in 1995, which deeply impacted Ekaterina. After Sergey's death, Ekaterina continued performing as a singles skater, continuing to share their story through documentaries and her book, My Sergey. Jane Torvill and Christopher Dean. Jane Torvill and Christopher Dean are considered amongst the greatest ice dancers of all time. The pair won a gold medal at the 1984 Winter Olympics, as well as a bronze medal at the 1994 Winter Olympics, becoming one of the oldest figure skating Olympic medalists. They were also 4-time world and European champions and 7-time British champions. In 1993, they were awarded honorary Master of Arts degrees by Nottingham Trent University for services to ice dance and their contribution to its development as a creative art. Torvill and Dean were ambassadors for the 2012 European Figure Skating Championships in Sheffield, England. In February 2014, Torvill and Dean visited Sarajevo for the 30th anniversary of the 1984 Olympics and recreated their bolero routine in the same arena where they won the gold. When it comes to ice dancing, the conversation really must begin with the legendary pair of Great Britain's Torvill and Dean. At the 1984 Winter Games in Sarajevo, the pair delivered a passionate and sensuous performance to Ravel's Bolero. The routine received all perfect 6.0s for artistic impression and remains one of the greatest competitive moments in Olympic history, winter or summer. 10 years later, the four-time World Championship winning pair returned to capture Olympic bronze at Lillehammer. Tessa Virtue and Scott Moir. No skaters in the history of the Olympics, over all disciplines, have won more medals than the 5 claimed by the Canadian pair of Virtue and Moir. They won a total of 3 gold medals, 2 in 2018 at South Korea for ice dancing and the team competition, with the other for dance in 2010. They also won a pair of silvers in 2014 for the same 2 events. The 3-time ice dancing world championship winners reportedly began skating together when they were each younger than 10 years old. Virtue and Moir produced one of their best seasons ever in 2016-17, going undefeated en route to their 3rd career world title. Included in that was their first ever win at the ISU Grand Prix final, as they enjoyed a successful comeback after a 2-year hiatus from competition. They had taken a break to perform solely in tours and exhibitions after winning 2 silver medals at Sochi 2014 in the ice dance event, and as part of the inaugural Olympic team event. Virtue and Moir had produced one of the most memorable moments of Vancouver 2010, when they captured gold in front of the supportive home crowd, becoming the first North American ice dancers to be crowned Olympic champions. Virtue and Moir had enjoyed early international success. After winning the World Junior title in 2006, they won their first Senior World Championship medal, silver, just 2 years later. Their momentum was slowed in the fall of 2008, when Virtue underwent surgery on both shins, causing them to miss the first half of the season, but they returned to win bronze at the 2009 World Championships. To the disappointment of many fans, especially longtime Canadian followers who have watched them for years, Virtue and Moir maintain that their relationship is strictly platonic and has always been, except for that childhood blip. The pair announce that they are retiring from ice dance after a decorated career and have separate ways to have their own family.